Some days you get the bear, and some days the bear gets you. The bear kind of got us last night. Not really, but kind of got us. So this will be one of those good news, bad news things. So here's the good news first, right? We took Slaghammer to the track last night, and the good news is that first, our experimental tow XJ worked out perfectly. Now I got to admit, like for the first, I'm going to say half hour or so of the trip, I was a little, because it's twitchy. It's not really what I'm accustomed to. I'm used to driving an 8,000 pound, wrecker pulling a trailer. So short wheelbase Jeep, very responsive, maybe a little too responsive. So it took me a little while to get comfortable with it. But once I settled into it, it actually felt really good. So half the way there and then all the way back, I was like, yes, this is good. Okay, we're going to keep going with this. So tow XJ, and I can't really think of anything I need to do to it. It never skipped a beat. Fuel mileage is about a third better than with our 8,000 pound wrecker. I mean, that's to be expected. Motor never got hot. We had the air conditioning on the whole way out there. I'm happy with it, and I really can't think of any changes to make to it, so we're good to go there. Slaghammer needs some changes. So, okay, so here's good news, bad news, right? So we got to the track last night, but we got there late. Now you gotta understand, right? we live extremely active lives. From the minute I woke up yesterday morning until we got to the track, I did not stop moving. So we got there as early as was physically possible to get there, and it was probably 8:30 before we were able to actually get the car off the trailer and into the staging lanes and go. It happens. So we ended up making one run. Well, let's see the run. Well, no, you can't see the run. You can't see the run because we only made the one run. Kathy was experimenting with a new lens on her camera, like a telephoto sort of thing, and she didn't get the run. It was like unusable. So there's no video of the run, but I'll describe the run to you. So car left really hard, the hardest it's ever left. Okay, felt fantastic, sounded fantastic. I'm going to show you the run plugs in a second. So she was all there on the hit. Then about, 10 feet out, 15 feet out, it broke traction. And I legged it, pulled second. When I pulled second, it went for the center line. Like it was really starting to skate around a bit. I drove it back into the groove, and then I let off early, probably at about the 600-foot mark. So literally it was a throwaway time slip. I think it's time for tires. I've been cheap on this. I'll get into that for a second. So the run plugs, here's from this bank of the engine. So here we go. Okay, that's about as even and perfect as you could possibly get. Very, very happy with that. Very happy. Not so happy with the traction end of things. Like I said, on the initial hit, right, she was strong. Slaghammer strong. Like that, and then it softened up because it was skating the tire, and then when I pulled second, at that point it actually broke traction and started really moving around. So we really wouldn't have seen anything on the video except the car going like this. What are you going to do, right? The tires, these things have been around, these things have been kicking around for a long time, and at this point I believe they're played out. We had like marginal traction with them the last time around. Now they sat over a winter. I think they're done. So the name of the game here now is there's no other changes to make to the tune-up of it. I think that's all just about perfect. I was contemplating a gear change, but I'm going to stick with these 430s for now. But for sure, these tires have got to go. Before we take this thing out again, it needs some new rubber. I milked it for as far as I could. So that's the update. I wish I had something spectacular to tell you, but I don't. We made one run, packed it up, and went home. What are you going to do? We'll get it the next time. I'll see you tomorrow.